vuelta y vive. Gotta live, gotta breathe, gotta eat, gotta dar la vuelta y vive.
All right, bueno, estamos en otro programa de Da la Vuelta y Vive. Ahorita le vamos a explicar pues al invitado que tenemos hoy en esta bonita tarde. Le vamos a explicar de qué se trata Da la Vuelta y Vive. We do it in English, Spanish, a como salga. But today I have a very special guest here at Da la Vuelta y Vive. And first of all, I'm going to ask Victor to go ahead and put our sponsorship from Exter. And remember, Father's Day is coming up. And we have a special. It's 40% off. You have to use the code La Cruzada Radio. La Cruzada Radio, that code. And that gives you an opportunity to have the up and coming. I mean, look at this. Boom. You're ready. I mean, you freak everybody out with these right here. When you go like this, you take out your card. Not only that, it protects you. So Victor will set up the commercial, and thank you so much to Esther for their sponsorship of Da la Vuelta y Vive. So we have a very special guest today, and I'm always really happy when I have this gentleman here with me because he brings back a lot of memories of a lot of people that we know. But we're here to talk about Lucky Joe. Lucky Joe is with us. Lucky.
Yeah.
Having fun, man. Lucky, it's awesome having you here with us.
Gracias, hermano. Thank you for having me on the show. Again, it's been a while, no? It's been, like maybe 2 years since I've been here, right?
Yeah, about 2 years.
No, pues gracias por tenerme en tu programa. I see you doing sponsorships now and stuff like that. That's great. It's always a pleasure to be here. Estamos aquí promoviendo el nuevo sencillo.
El nuevo sencillo, okay. Vamos a explicarle a la gente what the new release or the sencillo, because back in my days salían los sencillos, the CDs. I mean, they weren't even CDs. And they weren't even cassettes.
The 8 tracks.
Okay. They were actually 45s.
Oh yeah, they were little like this. Yeah.
So the simple would come out before the actual.
Yeah.
The actual. So you already have one single out.
One single out. Del nuevo disco. The new album is going to come out this Friday, May the 19th, on all digital platforms. Pero the latest single that goes on that album is Mi Güerita.
Mi Güerita.
Yeah, es una canción norteña, una composición mía, and it's got that estilito norteño como el disco anterior. Le brindamos ese humilde homenaje a toda la música norteña, como de los Cadetes, Carlos y José, los Cachorros. It did so well for us that Freddie Records decided to say, you know what, Lucky, don't fix something that's not broke. Te ha dado mucho trabajo este género de norteño, so síguele por ahí, vete por la misma vedera, como quien dice, pero this time, write your own music. And I racked my brain, and you know, I studied la música norteña como de los Cadetes, de Ramón, los Relámpagos, and back in the day, you know, there wasn't too many chord changes, you know, era simple, 1, 2, 3, y la letra era bien simple. So that's why Mi Güerita is the way it is. And a whole bunch of songs that are coming out on this new album, así están, bien sencillas y simples, and con ese toque norteño.
Well, you know, look, I've gone, you know, I've known your career from the way beginning. I mean, estamos hablando de...
Even before the beginning.
Even before the beginning. And I don't want to really talk about that because, I mean, I feel a lot of times I feel like everybody knows that story. ¿Me entiendes?
Yeah,
but I will say this. I will say that you talk about the simple progression in the chords, and I don't want to get too technical with the music, ¿verdad? Pero you've always kept it really simple, man.
Yeah, for the most part, ¿verdad? Pero pues como estamos en este género que viene siendo tejano music. So mucha gente, you know, muchos artistas tejanos, ¿verdad? Que with heavy keyboard and guitars and horns and stuff, pues they tend to do a lot of different progressions.
Yeah.
Y yo, siendo tejano, pero estoy tocando música norteña. So, you know, it goes down to the fact that me decía Roberto Pulido.
Okay.
Me decía Roberto Pulido, Lucky, use the KISS system. Y le dije, ¿qué es eso, Roberto? Dice, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid.
So yeah, man.
Pero no te dijo así. He didn't say it like that.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple. Oh, man.
So yeah, for the most part, we've always kept it simple. I know when I was with Frijoles Románticos, we kept it pretty simple. No más que el estilo de Frijoles era otro pedo, you know.
Yeah.
Pero now that I'm on this solo journey, for the most part, when we first started off, like Amor Escondido. Si la Marte es un pecado, so it's different than Curruco, Curruco. 1, 2, 3. Acaba el palomito. No ando con.
Más romanticón,
sí,
como dicen.
Sí.
Ajá, pero Lucky, la música norteña es una música bien romántica también. La gente a lo mejor no lo figuras, man.
Sí, hay ciertas canciones.
Mira, si la música norteña no fuera romántica, I don't think neither you or I, if norteño music wasn't romantic, you or I wouldn't be here, man.
I know, right? No, hay canciones románticas como la que grabé que dice: es inútil que vuelvas, lo que fue ya no es.
Ay.
Es inútil que quieras comenzar otra vez. So
Bueno,
it's real 1, 2, and 3. But it's super simple. But see, you're right. It's still romantic.
Oh, man. No, I got chills just listening to it right now, man.
Ponte la cerveza, compadre.
Otro traguito. Man, you can't help but to, when we were talking a little while ago, we were talking about music, and I always associate music with dancing.
Of course.
There was a transition in a time where you couldn't dance.
Yeah.
The Tejano music.
Yeah.
It was more about watching the show.
Como concierto.
Concierto, el show.
Well, back in the day,
todo.
because, for those of you who don't know, I mean, I've been doing this for a very, very long time, since I was 15 years old. And like Hugo said, everybody knows the story. It started with Alma Pulido, Jennifer Peña, y Los Jets, Frijoles Románticos. Then I did my solo career. But through the years, I've seen the transition in the Tejano music industry. I've seen the transition in the Latin industry, in the rock industry, not just because I'm a Tejano musician doesn't mean that this is the only thing I listen to. So I've seen a lot of changes in the industry. I've seen people come and go. And I still remember the Tejano dances where I used to play when I was young, when I was opening up for Bobby Pulido, or we opened up for Intocable when I was with Alma. And even back then, there was concert settings. Pero back then it was because la música tejana estaba a todo lo que da, bro. Yeah. No podías bailar. Yeah. No podías bailar con un Joe López. They sold out the Villarreal like 2 or 3 times, seguiditos. Yeah. They didn't show up to one, but they sold it out.
Joe Chida.
Pero...
¿Cómo decían? No show Joe.
Por un tiempo, un saludito para mi compadre Joe.
Joe ya no fallas, ya no fallas.
Sandra,
ya no.
You know what? I just worked with Sandra and Joe at the Strawberry Festival this past month, and they're great. Man, they're great. They're so good. They treated me so awesome. So big shout out to Sandra. Sandra's la que le está moviendo todo el show a Joe.
Lucky, what a voice, man. What a voice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Nunca se le quitó.
No se le quita.
Nunca se le quitó.
Come on. I mean, and I'm going to say, okay, so looking at the transition that you made, I've been following you. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Thank you,
I feel so proud to have you here, but I feel so proud that you're from our area, and coming from our area, what you've done, and I know it's hard for you because you come from humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. It's hard for you to talk about the accomplishments that you've had up until now, which I was reading the other day, and I didn't even freaking bother bringing them, bro, because there's so many. and I didn't want to sit here and go down the line que album of the year, que songwriter this and songwriter that, duo.
Oh, no,
and
you're talking about what I
that.
posted on what I posted the biography.
Yeah, man, you're making a freaking resume like you're freaking. Hey, I want to sing with Bad Bunny. I want to sing with somebody.
You know the thing. There's a story behind that. Because I had a radio interview the other day, and I'm not gonna mention anyone, ¿verdad? Because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. Pero hice una entrevista, carnal, en the DJ, no por hablar mal de nadie, ¿verdad? Pero he was just going through the motions. He was just going through the motions, and he really, a la mera neta, like, he did not know who the heck I was.
Yeah.
A la mera neta, oye, compadre, ¿cómo está? Que fue que vino, que... y luego, I would be talking, y le decía, and I'm like, a la madre, bro, is this guy even listening to what I'm saying? So, oh, no, carnal, en serio. Like, he was so surprised with some of the things that I was saying. And I'm like, you know what? I think I have to do this. I have to post, because a lot of people don't know, man. No me gusta, por cuestión de que la gente va a decir, mira, está de presumido, anda de presumido. But I thought it was time, man. I've been doing this for over 26 years of my life. Mm-hmm. Since I was 15, I'm 44 years old. I've been doing it for a very long time. I've lost relationships. I've lost family members. I've been through heartaches and hardships and trials and tribulations. And people need to know what I've accomplished during all this. Not only what they see, but they got to read it. Just because you see me on stage and, lucky, famous. No, it's not only about that. There's so many things behind, the person.
I saw a post that really called me because this is where, and you can put all the accomplishment that you have. And I can sit here and read them and say this,
Yeah.
Go and look on the post that Lucky put on there because he had to do it. Pero talking about accomplishments, I saw a post that showed who Lucky Joe is. Mm-hmm. A lady lost his kid.
Oh, yeah, man.
Lucky Joe stopped the show.
Oh, yeah, my heart sank, brother. I mean, I'm going to tell you, honestly, nothing mattered at that very moment. Not my presentation, not anything part of my show. Nothing mattered. Not even the people. I'm sorry, but not even the people that were there mattered. What mattered was finding that child. The security guard came up to me. We were playing in Waxahachie, Texas. Era un festival. Toqué con Michael Salgado, Marcos Orozco, and I opened up the show. And in the middle of the show, a security guard comes to me and says, "Hey, we have a child missing. He's wearing khaki shorts with a blue shirt. He just walked away from his mother. He's missing." And I stopped the show and I said, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the portion of the show where we have to unite as a family. We have to unite as one, and we need to help this mother find her child because she's lost."
Yeah.
I said, because she's lost, not
yeah.
he's lost. And everybody started, trying to look for this child, man. And I didn't start playing. Y me decía el señor, one of the promoters me decía así. Y yo pues nomás me decía tontito, ahí me volteaba. And, okay, guys, we're not going to start the music and, till we help fight. And I put myself in the position of the mother. I'm a father. I have 2 kids. I would hate it, man, if the band would be playing while I'm going nuts trying to find my child.
Exactly.
I would hate for that to happen, man. Imagínate all the stress you're already going through y tener el grupo y tú acá tratando. So chaotic. So I tried to bring the stress level down for the mother. He was lost for like 7 minutes. It took 7 minutes from my show. It didn't take that much. Mm-hmm. Lo hallaron en una bouncy house.
Chinga.
O sea que el niño...
él no estaba perdido.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He knew exactly where he was
La mamá
at.
estaba viendo a Michael Salgado bien contenta.
Yeah, man. And they found him at a bouncy house, and his mom was crying. And, imagínate, el niño también empezó a llorar. And I acknowledged them, and I said, bring him to the front so everybody can be at ease that the child has been found. Se llamaba Macario something, pero le decían Mac. Mm-hmm. And no, gracias a Dios, he was located.
I think that a lot of people want to know Lucky Joe, that Lucky Joe right there. Mm-hmm. That Lucky Joe right there. I told you I wasn't going to talk about this, but chinga, it's falling into place. When you made this transition, mm-hmm. and you made this choice, because you had a choice, I imagine,
claro.
Of making this transition to la música nuestra, la música norteña nuestra. ¿Para qué nos hacemos?
Sí, claro.
Es la música que tu mamá y tu papá estaban escuchando cuando se enamoraron. Es la música que mi mamá y mi papá estaban escuchando cuando se enamoraron. They fell in love listening to that music, dancing to that music. Yeah. A lot of the old acordeonistas, Paulino Bernal, en paz descanse, these people, Ramón Ayala, todas estas, norteño. Yeah. And you made that transition. I really felt you were worried.
Yeah, I was.
And at the end of the day, when I know people are attracted to Lucky Joe, not necessarily just a musician, but the human being. Mm-hmm. And that's what Da La Vuelta y Vive is about talking about the human being behind the music. Yeah. The human being that you mentioned right now, trials and tribulations. Mm-hmm. Okay? People need to know that it's a hard life. Man.
Oh, yeah. It's extremely difficult, but the thing about it is you can sit there and either worry about what everybody else is doing or put your nose down to the ground and grind and work your butt off and go through these trials and tribulations, go through this journey and not use it as a hobby, and not pick your head up and look and say, well, how come he's getting played and I'm not getting played? Well, how come you played her and I'm not getting, or how come that band did a duet with Bad Bunny and I didn't? If yo me pongo a pensar de esa manera, I'm going to stay stuck. Yeah. I gotta put my nose to the ground and I got to grind for what I want, ultimately at the end of the day, this is about you. If you're really taking it seriously, don't take it as a hobby. Don't say, I'm going to release a song and let's see how it does. And no. Este es un trabajo de uno. Este es mi trabajo. I just did an interview earlier today. Is everything okay? Yeah. I just did an interview earlier today and me preguntaron esta pregunta. ¿Cómo te sientes tú? Me dice el locutor. Y se me quedó en la mente porque me dice, ¿cómo te sientes tú cuando tú estás comiendo y luego viene un fan y te quiere pedir autógrafo? ¿Te fastidia, verdad, eso o no? No. Like, como que he was trying to reel me in. Sí, me quería enganchar. Y dije, no me fastidio. No me fastidio realmente porque pues yo me pongo en la posición de esa persona. Si yo miro a Ramón Ayala en el Tajo Palenque, yo le voy a ir a pedir un autógrafo. Yeah. Y yo espero que Ramón pues me diga, está bueno. Así es que yo me pongo en esa posición del fan y digo, mira, yo no soy Lucky Joe, el cantante nomás el fin de semana. Yeah. Yo no soy. Y esta es la carrera que yo escogí y I'm Lucky Joe 24/7. So they don't know if I'm sick. They don't know if I'm having a bad day. Y realmente, they don't really think about that. The fan, when they see you, they're like, boom, that's that guy. I want an autograph. They're not thinking about how you're feeling. So le dije, no me fastidio. Y vuelvo a lo mismo. Vuelvo a tu pregunta y vuelvo a lo que dijiste. The trials and tribulations make you who you are. And I always put my humility before anything having to do with artistic or being a Tejano musician or an award winner or this or that. You have to put your humanity. Te tienes que humillar. You have to humble yourself. Yeah. Keep your feet on the ground. And that's the best advice I can give to anybody.
So you have 2 kids.
I have 2 children, yes.
Two children that I know you love immensely. Mm-hmm. Para comenzar, tu muchacho,
Jude
looks exactly like you.
Really? You think so?
Yes. Your daughter is something else.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so beautiful, both of them. I passed by during the Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And if for you all that don't know, I live not even a block away from Lucky Joe's kids.
That's right.
And he was outside and he was frustrated as fuck. Bien frustrado. Porque estaba haciendo estaba poniendo un basketball.
The basketball.
And he freaking yelled at me, "Help!" I'm like, "No, sir."
He's like, "I've been there, done that. I
done that. I'm not gonna do that shit again. Lucky, you know, it has to be tough, man. Has to be tough. How do you cope with it, man? I mean, you don't see him a lot. You're always playing. You're always around. How do you cope, man?
Well, you know, it's very difficult. You know, I know that's one of the reasons also why I have to humble myself a lot, because I take my children into consideration, and I know that ellos van a estar aquí, si Dios quiere, mucho más después que yo no, ¿verdad? Uh-huh. Y para que ellos tengan un bonito recuerdo de su papá, yo me tengo que comportar de una cierta manera, especialmente enfrente del ojo del público, uh-huh, para que ellos vean que pues su papá hizo algo bueno, su papá hizo algo bonito y les dejó algo bonito, un bonito recuerdo. And I think I use them. I don't want to say I use them, but I use that to feed myself and to make myself strong. And I tell myself, I'm doing this for a reason. At the end of the day, I'm doing all this for my children, you know. Sea lo que sea, yes, las canciones, las presentaciones, this and that. Pero cuando yo ya no esté aquí, ellos lo van a tener. Yeah. Eso es lo que yo voy a dejar. Eso es lo que yo les voy a dejar a mis hijos. Una legacía, si Dios quiere, muy bonita.
Yeah. Talking about the motivation that you get, and there's nothing wrong, man. I know you kind of hesitate in saying I use them. I wish that most of us would really look at what we have in front of us and use that. Use them. Use your family. Use your loved ones, because that's what motivates you to be great.
Exactly.
You go through, every year you go through a hard time, and talking about motivation. We just passed a very special day for you.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed that you always, and people that know you or people that know the inner Lucky Joe like I do, you hide behind your talent, mm-hmm, and share that talent with the world. And if you could, you would sing serenata to all the mothers in the world and spend those 24 hours, every second of those 24 hours, to try to make them feel happy. Because there's something that motivates Lucky Joe, and it's always motivated Lucky Joe.
Oh, of course. You know, this year on Mother's Day, the whole week of Mother's Day, me la pasé. I was in a funk. I was like in a limbo, como quien dice. Y más que nada, pues porque Mother's Day, you know, I lost my mom when I was 15. Y más que nada, I just kept thinking about her more, because everywhere I would look, everywhere I would turn, I would see photos, you know, with people with their moms. Y que happy Mother's Day, Mom. Y que I love you. And we're eating here and we're eating at this restaurant. Oh, brought my mom to see, you know, Tropa F. Brought my mom to see this, right? And I'm looking at all these posts and I'm like, man, I got to do something that's going to tomar mi tiempo, porque si no me pierdo, man. Yeah. Me pierdo y me pongo a chavetear. And the word of the day, chavetear. That means you're just, you know, you're brain locked and you're just thinking about one certain thing. Y así me pongo. So this year, I had two options. I said either I do serenatas, or I go to this place that wanted to hire me. This restaurant wanted to hire me in Kingsville, Texas. Y dije, for like an unplugged tipo, así there was like maybe 60 people in front of me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take that. So this Mother's Day, I went to Kingsville and I performed at a restaurant called Elena's Cocina and Cantina.
Okay.
Y era nomás yo con la guitarra. And there was couples all in the restaurant, man. And then there was children and with their families, with their grandmas, with their moms. And I'm like, okay, esto me va a ocupar mi tiempo and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. And I'm doing mañanitas and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm singing and my mind is in work mode and, in between, right? Y luego viene una niña, bro. And let me tell you this story, man. Crazy, bro. Como son las cosas. Viene una niña y me dice, can I sing a song with you? Me dije, oh, yes, of course. What song do you want to sing? She looks at me dead in the eye, man, straight in the face. And she says, La extraño tanto.
Oh, man.
I said, are you sure you want to sing that song? She says, yes. I said, you know the words? And she says, yes. I said, okay, well, come sit over here. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, man, I already know where this is going. I already know what's going to happen. And I turn and I look at her and I said, what's your name, hijita? And she says, Angelita. And I just thought to myself, man, this is my mom sending me a little angel to tell me not to forget about her. Yes, sí me quise ocupar y me quise, pero mi mamá me dijo, cabrón, no te olvides de mí. Her name was Angelita, bro. And that's the way I took it. I said, man, my mom sent me a little angel. She was 9 years old. And I started the song. Esta canción se la dedico a mi madre. She wasn't singing. I look at her. And then she starts, con toda la fuerza.
Oh, my God.
Bro, she knew the whole song. I couldn't sing with her.
Oh,
I stopped. Y nomás la acompañé. And she sang the whole song, man. La gente se quedó así como, what in the world? And I stopped, and I thanked her. And I said this, what I just said right now. I said, you know what, guys? I was trying to occupy my time today and not think so much about my mom. I wanted to make people happy. I didn't want to be sad. I wanted to make people happy. And my mom just told me, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still here.
Yeah.
She sent me this little angel. El aplauso para ella. Angelita. And everybody clapped.
Wow, wow.
It was such a beautiful moment, man. It was a beautiful moment.
Look, you have a very special, from what I can gather and what I see, is that you have a very special friendship. And I have to ask this because, it's coming up. You have a song. You have a song that you dedicate to your mom. And you have a very special friendship with Jesse Turner. He has a song that he sings to his mom. And,
La de mamá.
Sí. Qué canción tan tremenda. Que pan tostado y,
Gracias por todos los besos por la mañana. It's an alright song. Shout out to you, bro.
So you got a very special friendship with Jesse.
Yeah.
You see the connection that he has with his mom. What do you feel when you see that, man? I mean, he is at the top of his game. I see his mom and I really cannot. Yo no la conozco a la señora, con todo respeto, señora, pero I can't see Jesse's mom at a concert, sitting there the whole time listening to these guys jamming up there. Una mujer tan hermosa.
Sí.
la ves tú y la conexión que tiene él con ella, the connection that he has with her. What do you feel when you see that, man?
Pues fíjate que, the first, I mean, it's obvious, man. I mean, there's no going around it. The first word that comes into my mind is envy, Y no es una envidia con mala intención.
Yeah.
No es una envidia de mala onda. Es una envidia de que, pues, él tiene a su mamá. Pero la misma vez, y más que nada, brother, I think because we're in the same onda, we're in the same industry, we do the same thing. And how I wish my mom was here to see everything that I've been through, everything that we've done, everywhere we've gone, and the things I can afford to do now that she loved to do. Like, she loved to go fishing, and now I can afford to rent a charter and go out fishing. Yeah. And I would have loved to have taken vente, let's go get a condo at the island for the weekend and let's go fishing. And she loved to go camping and stuff like that. So, más que nada, when I see that, es una envidia, ¿verdad? Pero la misma vez me da mucho gusto porque he still has his mom. And he loves his mom dearly, man. Like, es un amor, es como cualquier persona, ¿verdad? Y yo tengo la fortuna de que a mí Dios me quitó una madre, pero me dio otra con la mamá de Jesse, porque la mamá de Jesse me trata a mí como un hijo. I mean, like you wouldn't believe, man. Ella me habla a veces. It's crazy because I laugh because Jesse gets so mad, bro. I'll take a screenshot because I have her under Mom Turner. So I'll take a screenshot and he'll be out of town, like at a gig or something. And I'll text him, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I just got off stage or I'm about to get on stage. Y lo, cool, man. Y le mando un screenshot y dice Mom Turner. Le dije, guess who called me? He's like, shut the fuck up, man. Le dije, I'm on my way to take her some enchiladas right now. And he puts, okay. Le dije, is that a hater comment? Le digo. Pero no, he loves his mom, and his mom is really nice to me, man. We have a really good relationship. Ella me habla cuando él no está aquí. Me dice, hey, ¿qué razones me das de tu amigo Jesús? Le digo, no, mamá anda de gira. So we have a really good relationship, man. So in that aspect, I think I'm better, But to answer your question, sí siento un poquito de envidia. Pero la otra, al contrario, como me han aceptado de parte de la familia, I think that makes it okay.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, miro esa amistad que tienes, that friendship that you have with Jesse, and I can see that the closeness that you have. Es una hermandad, verdaderamente.
Claro que sí. He helped me out a lot, man. He's helped me out a lot. He's helped me out so much, and I mean, to touch just really base, like real quick, when I went through my divorce, I went through a divorce, and él me abrió su casa, y él me dijo, hermano, ven y quédate aquí, get your feet on the ground, save some money, recollect your thoughts, and because at the time, I was going through a really hard time, man.
Yeah.
And I think he felt that I might get lost in some way. And he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to let me get lost, whether it be to drugs, to alcohol, to anything, So yo estoy bien agradecido con Jesse, por eso. And through the years, we've developed this kind of hermandad, como quien dice.
I a few, I want to say maybe a year ago or whatever, had a little disagreement with Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
Jesse doesn't know me. I don't know him.
Yeah.
I took the liberty of expressing my feelings. I happen to have his phone number because he had offered. There was a time where we were doing something special for my dad, y nunca se me va a olvidar lo que él hizo. Tomó su tiempo para mandarme un mensaje para dárselo a mi papá. And that was very important to me because we went through a lot with my dad.
Yeah.
He doesn't know me. I don't know him. But if he was to know me, he knows that he would know that all I was trying to do is explain to him that we have a responsibility when we're behind a microphone.
Yeah, of course.
And that was all. When I was able to overcome and oversee that when I saw, the way he is with you, the way you all interact. Do you all talk about in the future? And I'm not talking about a collaboration in music, but you all got something special, man. I mean, para comenzar, me encanta porque te lo chingas cada rato.
Oh, you're talking about TikTok, aren't you?
I'm talking about your TikTok, man. I mean, and just jumping in that real quick, looking at my time here, but just jumping in there real quick, TikTok and social media is crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Are you all planning to tap into that market, man? Because believe me, man, you all got a little freaking Abbott and Costello something there, man.
Más que nada, yo creo que he pranks me and I prank him. There's a lot of stuff that he hasn't posted. He's got a lot of stuff on me that he has not posted. But then again, I have a lot of stuff on you too. So... No, the whole TikTok thing, we started doing it porque pues miramos mucha gente, ¿verdad? They're on this social media platform and it is crazy. And anything you do can go viral, like quick. I mean, Jesse doesn't need to go viral, He already has this big following in his... Y más que nada, yo creo que él lo hace por mí. He'll put me on his TikTok or he'll put me on his Snapchat, his Instagram. And my followers increase all the time. They increase. Pero lo hace en buena onda y con buen intención. And so, I don't know if you saw the one where he has a banana under his seat. He has a banana in his car.
Okay.
Toda pudrida. ¿No lo has visto?
No lo he visto.
Y'all go check it out, man. That's a funny
Victor, try
video,
to find
man.
it so we can play it, man.
He's looking for his keys or he's looking for something, he can't find them. Y yo miré el banana bajo el asiento y yo ya lo había visto while we were looking. Y man, I got my phone out de volada. And I'm like, oye, ¿qué es esto? Y sacó el plátano así todo. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Está todo negro. He's like, oh, that's... No, guys, we have to take advantage of social media, man. It's free. It's free advertisement. And if people can share a silly video or a funny video, that's more traction for us. It doesn't necessarily have to be about music. It can be about an everyday thing, everyday life.
I like the idea, and I like the fact that it shows your humanity. Again, we're talking, and today, I guess, Victor, this is we don't plan our shows.
Yeah.
But I guess tonight's name for the show is going to be humanity. Because really, when you see an artist like Lucky Joe, and when you hear his music. Chinga, man, dices tú, man, este vato está pesado, man, freaking sings beautiful. He does, he knows how to handle himself. He does this. He stopped the show for this kid. Pero when you turn around and you see the humanity, the human being behind Lucky Joe, a este vato le vale madre. Le vale madre cómo se mira en Facebook, cómo se mira en TikTok. You come up with some crazy shit, dude. I mean, sometimes you come up with some nasty shit. Y te vale madre. It's like, you wonder a lot of times, it's like a lot of these people that tú los miras unas personas inalcanzables.
Sí.
See, people that you can't reach. When you see their human side, dude, it's like, man, they're just like you and me.
Sí.
You're just like you and I. No. You're just like anybody from the street, man.
Somos todos iguales. I mean, we all bleed the same color, man.
Yeah.
Y muchas de las veces we tend to forget about that. Y no nomás porque tienes tanto éxito en la música quiere decir que no tienes una vida normal. Tienes una vida normal. You wake up every day. You thank God every day. You have to put your pants on one leg at a time. Somos todos igual. Y yo creo que por eso mis fans también me siguen mucho. Y digo mis fans porque I'm very selfish with my fans. Son mis fans.
Yeah, you have to be.
They love what I do, and apparently I'm doing something right. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep being myself. And, hopefully we'll be here for a long time.
Lucky, this, ya voy a terminar un poquito, ¿verdad? Pero
Okay,
en un poquito,
that's
pero you mentioned, I'm not going to end with this, but you mentioned the divorce. Yeah. What has that done to you as a person, and what has that done to you as an artist?
As a person, I've learned, everything we go through in life, you have to take it as a learning experience. Tienes que saber que la vida continúa, man, en todo. And I think I learned that at a very young age when my mom passed away. When I was 15 and my mom passed away, I looked at life totally different because here I was stuck in sadness and life kept going. Nothing stopped. Nobody stopped for me. Everything kept going. So in a way that gave me a callus. It was a learning experience for me. I learned the hard way. It was very sad and it's still sad. Today todavía me duele. Pero yo creo que eso me preparó para todo lo que yo he vivido. And going back to that, the divorce, I learned from it. I learned how to, go on, how to move on. And I took a lot of that experience also, and I adapted it to my musical career. This new album that's coming out se llama Pa' Que No Te Cuenten. And that's a title track. The title of that album that's coming out this Friday, May 19th, on all digital platforms, Pa' Que No Te Cuenten, is a collaboration that I did with Jesse, and me and Jesse wrote it. And I got what I went through, and I put it into words, and I put it into music. So I guess you could say I've used what I've gone through with my divorce to benefit myself. And why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And why not? You need to take everything that comes to your life and use it as a positive. If it's negative, try to turn it around and use it as a positive and try to benefit from it. ¿Por qué no? Dios me dio a mí un talento y yo lo voy a usar. Y todo lo que yo pase en mi vida, yo lo tengo que expresar, yo lo tengo que dejar a saber al público para yo beneficiar de eso, porque eso es mi trabajo.
Yeah.
De eso vivo yo. Está como Johann Sebastian, un compositor tremendo. Benefició de todas las canciones. Juan Gabriel, de todo lo que él vivió, él escribió y benefició de eso. O sea que it's given me some positives, a lot of more positives than negatives.
Than the negative.
Yeah,
it's amazing to see and hear your story, Lucky, and to continue on. We've just in a little bit of time that we've been talking right now, just knowing you from before, now even knowing you more, respecting you for the human that you become. The human being that you become, and to let you know that, sky's the limit. A lot of times I feel to myself that I get to a certain point in my age, and that's one of the things I guess I wanted to show to Jesse. This is who I am. At the end of the phone call that I had with him, we talked about getting to know each other, and we haven't had that opportunity. Pero punto y aparte, ahorita estoy contigo y a ti sí te conozco.
Sí, claro.
Y ahora te conozco más y te respeto más.
Igualmente.
As of just right now, today, listening to you and listening who you are as a person, I hold you in high regards.
Gracias,
y si te voy a decir una cosa, que no importa, al fin, todo lo que esté pasando. There's so many moving parts, and we would have to do another show on that.
Of course.
There's so many moving parts to what music is doing right now. But what I want to say to everyone right now following us is that when we have people like Lucky Joe that contribute their lives, because that's what they do. They contribute their lives to amuse us, to make us happy, to explain things to us so that we can learn. It's awesome, man. It's awesome that you have that opportunity to do it. It's awesome that you can sit with a little girl, con un angelito de Dios y que cante una canción tuya, una canción que tú escribiste.
A eso me refiero. Man, she had me. She had me by the boo-boo.
Yeah, by the boo-boo. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you say, 9 years old?
She was around 9 years old.
Around 9 years old, and she's singing your song verbatim, every key, singing it con todo su corazón. And not only that, but understanding it.
Sí, así
Understanding it. I'm going to end with this. You start that video, and I go to that song because it's one of your... I mean, cuando hablas de canciones inolvidables, and mind you, Lucky, not every artist can say that. That not every artist can say that they've written a song that it's una canción inolvidable. I want to tell you, man, you've written a song that is inolvidable.
Thank you, brother.
And at the beginning of that video, you place a word, and I'm gonna end with this because I'm gonna talk about in future shows. I want to talk about what's going on in my life with my mom. And I can y qué feo porque lo puedo resumir a una palabra que es Alzheimer's.
Sí.
On your video, you reference aneurysm.
Aneurysm. Sí.
Where did this come from? I know just by saying that, you know what happened to your mom.
Yes.
But where did it take you at 15 to learn what aneurysm means, where it comes from, what caused it, I mean, you had a lot of questions at 15, man.
Oh, yeah. You know, the initial thought is you're surreal. It's a surreal feeling. Everything happened so quickly. The day my mom had her episode, I mean, she didn't pass away that night, but she had an episode. They called it a seizure, and everything happened so quickly, and it looked like a movie. It felt like a movie. It's surreal. It's not happening. I mean, what's going on? This is my mom. I mean, we just had dinner at Cito's. Big plug to Cito's. We just had dinner at Cito's. We came to the movies to watch a movie, to have a good time, and now all the lights in the theater are on. Everybody's standing around my mom, and my mom's on the floor. My sister's hugging her. What's going on? Like, what is this? This is not happening, you know? And 2 weeks later, when the doctors told us what was going on, you know, I had no idea. I didn't know what it was. Aneurysm. Your mother had an aneurysm. She has a vein that's leaking blood into her brain. And we're gonna have to go in there and try to see if we can fix it. You know, the doctors always give you the worst case scenario. Yeah. They're always gonna tell you it doesn't look good, you know. So yeah, I did a lot of research on what it meant, on what it was, you know, aneurysm, and I went crazy, man. I went crazy trying to find out why. I questioned God. I'm not gonna lie. I questioned the faith. I questioned everything. But at the end of the day, I had to tell myself it was time. He wanted her with him, and it was time, and I have to accept it. You know, so when the video starts off, I try to educate people. And if I have young fans, if I have young followers, I want them to see that whole video is what happened. That whole video starts off at the movie theater. The movie theater where my mom had her episode. We're parked outside with an ambulance, and we're filming this video, and people are like, what happened? What's going on? Why is there an ambulance at the theater? They didn't know that we were filming the video. Everything you see in the beginning of the video, yo lo viví, carnal. Yo viví ese momento. So, por eso I've always been very black and white about my life, especially with my career, because I want people to see where I come from. I want people to see that I'm just like them. So that's why I put aneurysm, para educar a la gente, so they can look it up. So they won't be surprised if something like that, God forbid, anything like that ever happens. But so they'll know, they'll prepare themselves. Porque yo a los 15 años, ¿de qué estás pensando a los 15 años, bro?
Exactly.
Playing Street Fighter and, you know, drinking Budweiser and trying to get messed up. You know, you're not thinking about going through something like that. So yeah, to answer your question, that's why I put the word aneurysm out there, to try and educate nuestra raza, you know.
It's it's incredible. Again, I want to thank you for being here at the
Al
show.
contrario, Hugo,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I rambled and I talked a lot.
No.
Pero te doy las sinceras gracias a ti, a tu familia, especialmente a tu papá, que por años me dio mi primer patadita de buena suerte en una Jamaica que tuvimos allá.
Yeah.
I know I opened up the show.
En la feria.
Sí, en la feria. I remember that. Y todo el tiempo tu familia me ha recibido también igual y me ha tratado como parte de tu familia. So I thank you, man. Thank you for this show. To your son también that's helping you. Thank you for all you do, especially for the community también of Ed Couch. You know, you're on your way to becoming, you know, to leaving a great legacy here, man, because you're doing great things.
I appreciate
And I'm
it.
proud of you as well, man. Gracias por tenerme en tu programa.
Vamos a seguir y te digo, cuando vamos a resumir una palabra y tú tienes la decisión es tuya. Tú decides cuál es la palabra que va a resumir quién eres tú. ¿Quién eres tú el humano? ¿Quién es tú esa persona? Hablando de ser una leyenda, being a legend. We talk in this show about being a legend. Who are you? And put it into one word. And it doesn't mean at the end of the day we're going to talk about that word and we're going to always remember. We're going to remember who is Lucky Joe, who is Víctor Hugo de la Cruz, who is Jesse Turner, who is... Y ahí se va. And when you can do that, every day, you'll be a legend. Da la vuelta y vive. God bless you.